What's up, guys?
What
Hello,
is up?
everybody.
Another week, another episode.
I know
Same
it's been
three
a minute.
gals, the same three
I-
girls you love and know here at the Grin and Share podcast.
Time to talk a lot of
Love to
shit. Let's
see
go.
it.
Time to
I
finally
am excited
Let's
just
about today's.
go.
Yeah, I'm excited about today's episode. I feel like the last couple times we've just been like diddle daddling and just fucking chatting your ears off.
yeah, I
But
was about to
It's
say
easy to go on a
finally time to do this
tangent.
topic. Yeah, it is.
yeah, well, let's do a
So,
quick
Well,
catch up.
yeah, well, I'm gonna give the floor to Shayla just because, where in the good God's graces were you recently? Tell us
You
about
guys,
that.
I have been floating with the wind. Okay, so if you aren't aware, I, I went to Mexico last week, but I had like this huge dilemma where I applied for my passport super late, and in COVID right now, the like processing time has just like doubled, and it's usually like 12 to 16 weeks by the time you get your passport. And I had it filed like towards the end of June, and I had been like contacting like everyone, started contacting senators, and this is a special shout out to Senator Raphael Warnock.
oh my God.
Um, because I got a call from his office the Friday before my trip, which was, I believe, so my trip was on July 16th, right? And it was the Friday before, and I still had not gotten my passport. And I'm like freaking the fuck out. And literally, you guys, when I tell you, I was like trying to convince everyone around me that I was okay with not going on this trip. And I like convinced myself eventually that like if I didn't go, it's fine, right? So I get a call, and Charles from Senator Warnock's office was like, "We got you an appointment at the passport agency in Atlanta. Be there at 8 a.m." My ass was
Be
there at
there,
7
be
a.m.
square.
I'm not kidding. I was there at 7 a.m. Took us about an hour. We were outside, like in line, before we even entered the building. So I go up, I finally get into the building, and I'm like, yo, my flight is literally today at 1:40 p.m. And they were like, you're not going to make it to your flight because passport pickups are only from 2 to 3 p.m. And this was even if I could get a passport, you know? So I'm sitting there, and it's literally like the DMV, you guys. They give you a ticket and they tell you to sit down until your ticket number is called. And when I tell you, I was like sweating and like tingling inside because I was so nervous that I was not going to be able to go. All of my friends were like on their way to the airport. And I finally get word that this one lady, she was like, "Hey, we're good. You're going to get your passport today. It's just you're not going to make it to your flight." I called Delta immediately. All of my friends are on the phone with Delta. They got me on a later flight, which surprisingly was cheaper than my original flight.
Huh.
So as soon as I left the passport agency, went straight to the airport, fresh passport in hand, boarding pass in hand, on my way to Mexico.
Dude, that's
Y'all,
insane.
I had lost my mind that day, and I like dragged my 16-year-old brother with me to like tote me around Atlanta, and poor kid was stuck with me from like 7 a.m. to like 3 p.m. that day.
Oh my God. Um, how was like the actual trip though? Like, where did y'all stay and everything?
So we stayed at the Five Beaches Hotel in Cancun, Mexico, and it was really nice. Once I landed like in Mexico, y'all, it was so fucking hot and humid. I was like, I don't think I'm mentally prepared for this. Like Mexico is another deal. But we got there, and the second I like got off my shuttle and like was at the hotel, my entire group of friends already fucked up in the
I
hotel
believe it.
lobby, like
As
with
they should
drinks
be.
in hand. I got my like room key. It was like a bracelet, so they put it on my hand, and the second they put it on my hand, I was like downing a drink. Like there was no time to rest, no time to put. It was like the actual definition of like bus club, another club, another club.
Oh my
Was it
God.
another
It looks
incident
so
of
fun.
Shayla in Miami with the
God,
mimosas?
worse,
Dude,
worse.
that
You
Shayla was
guys,
iconic.
That was the
you
best.
guys,
That's my favorite, Shayla.
I feel like the entire trip, I haven't been like this unhinged. I feel like since Miami. And
Honestly,
another,
but you were due for something like that, I feel like. So it's good
I
to let it out
agree.
every once in a while.
You guys, let me just give you like a quick like story about, and this will tell you how the entire trip went. So one night this was like the first full day that we were there. We were like, we're going to go hard. We're going to try everything here. We didn't leave the resort once, which was like really, really nice. So we go to this bar that's on the resort and it's all unlimited, right? Because we got an all-inclusive package and like basically the only thing we paid for was like the tips. And so when I tell you guys like alcohol was unlimited, also believe me, that look did not. We were like,
that
sick.
Is
let's
so
just fucking
insane.
Go crazy.
Unlimited alcohol. That's crazy.
It was like kids in a candy factory. God, because you know
die.
no one ever drinks that much on a normal night. And so basically,
speak for yourself.
Like,
no, I'm just kidding.
The bartenders are always the entire time they were like, do you want Mexican water? Do you want Mexican water? And I was like, at first I was like, what's Mexican water? Like,
I thought you weren't. So you're not supposed to drink the water in Mexico, right?
Yeah.
So tequila.
Yeah, it was tequila. And I was like, funny. Oh, you know, not to be rude or anything. So we were all like, yes, 6 shots. And I was like, I'm gonna die. Like, I can't do this because I am no longer a shot person, and I still am not, but even after that trip. But anyway, we're downing shots all night, lemon drops, whatever we ask for. I'm like, at one point after we had left the bar, I needed to use the restroom so bad that I was like, okay, you know what? I'm just going to pop and squat, right? I'm at a very, very like nice 4 or 5-star resort. I'm literally peeing in the hotel lawn.
Why didn't you just go inside?
I was so fucked up that I was like, I'm gonna pee myself like right here and right now.
Oh my God.
And so basically Jesus Austin was with me and he was like, go for it, go for it, go for it. So I was like, I pulled off into a little bush. A security guard is right behind me, literally watching me like use the restroom. And he was like, all he said to me was, Senora, go home.
Oh.
Go home. And I straight up, you guys, I literally
he could have got you good.
He could have easily kicked me off of the resort and been like, you are just violating everything. Like, you're just being indecent.
Oh my God. And you get like a registered sex offender thing in Mexico. You're not allowed to return.
That imagine.
Yeah, Shayla goes to like Mexican jail and then her passport doesn't mean shit then.
Dude, that happened, not to trail off, but that happened to someone like way back in the day in my high school. Like some girl got really drunk and like peed in public and like got some kind of like insane charge for it. It's pretty serious.
Glad
that didn't happen to you.
Moments. Yeah, no, I'm so happy it didn't because I don't usually do that. But you guys, I was so drunk, like obscenely fucked up. And it was a lot of fun though. It was a ton of fun. The only issue I had with the resort was there were a lot of fucking monkeys everywhere. No, I'm not kidding.
Don't get me started about monkeys. Those are literally the scariest things on this. Monkeys are so scary. I can't.
I would be like walking and like literally I would have to stop because I'd be too scared that the monkey would like fly over to my side of the boardwalk and be like, hey, like we would be at the pool and the monkey would like either jump in or like try to drink the water of the pool. And I'm like, I don't like your proximity right now. Like, I don't like how close you are to me. But yeah.
Oh my God.
Damn, they could have talking shit last time with the David Schwimmer monkey.
Yeah.
They knew you were talking shit.
They heard, so they came for you. Dude, that's awesome. It sounds like a great graduation trip.
Yeah, it was really beautiful. The whole place was like so nice, so well kept. If you're ever going to go on a trip, I really suggest doing it through like Delta Vacations because it was like a lot of fun. Like everything was included.
Dude, I'm just glad you ended up making it.
Me too.
I'm really glad you ended up making it.
So when did you get back?
The last time we all spoke, I was like, she's not making it.
Yeah.
No.
When did you get back?
You guys, I got back Friday. Oh my God. So our flight Friday was at 6 a.m., but our shuttle picked us up from our hotel at 3 a.m. So we were like, okay, last night we're not going to drink. Yeah. Last night we're not going to drink or anything. We're just not going to sleep either. Y'all, as soon as our shuttle picked us up, we were asleep in the car. Also super, super dangerous because like we were all asleep. They could have been taken anywhere.
That's not smart.
And so thankfully, we got back to the airport and it's like 4:45. We decided to like get breakfast, which was way too early to eat. There was no reason for us to eat. And then we finally boarded our flight at like 6:05 a.m. and then got back to Atlanta 10 o'clock here. But I didn't get home until around 3 o'clock because me, Brandon, and Rachel were like dropping off cars for our other friends, like for when they land, because we were all on separate flights afterwards.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Crazy.
But good trip
Sounds
overall.
like a great time.
Yeah. Wow. Love that. I have no life updates
Yeah.
whatsoever to give you guys. So sorry about that. I mean, I'm just chilling, just being me. No fun Mexico trips. But Hannah, what's been up with you?
Well, this weekend, Cara and I are gonna go visit Amanda in New York, which I'm really excited about.
Is it this weekend or next weekend?
This weekend.
Amanda, you better get ready.
Did you not know that it was this weekend?
Oh, let me look at my calendar real quick.
It's like, what is today?
Like we're literally flying out Thursday.
No shit. Oh my God.
And I'm coming too.
Shayla, wait, are you really?
No, I wish.
Oh, I thought you were serious.
Oh, okay. I got really
like what?
I was like, oh shit, you got another vacation in you, girly?
Imagine.
No, oh my God, wait, okay. That's good though, because I thought you were coming. I for some reason thought y'all were coming the 29th, like the last week.
No. And
I was like, that's when my dad's coming. Oh, okay. All right. Wait, yeah, now I'm really excited. I have something to look forward to this week. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, so we're coming Thursday through Sunday, so in like 3 days.
Oh shit. Okay, yeah. Okay. No, not that it would have made a difference to me whether it was like this week or next, but now I'm just more excited.
Yeah.
Yay.
There we
We're
go.
gonna live it up.
Yeah, so looking forward to that because it's been a minute since I've been to New York. And other than that,
oh yeah, when's the last time you've been? Was it
it was
like
my
your
internship. Yeah, so like
Oh.
2019 was like the last time I went.
Wow. Nice.
And trying to think of what else. Oh, well, I've been going to therapy here, which has been going really well.
I wanted like an update with that because you were talking about BetterHelp, and I wanted to see like if you liked it.
Yeah, I really like it. I like that it's all virtual, so I can literally do it anywhere at any time. And like, the sessions are technically only supposed to be 30 minutes, but I'm doing 45-minute sessions right now. But I like that you can do 30 because like typically I do therapy and it's like an hour-long session, and I'm like, this is just a really long time to be talking about this stuff.
Yeah.
And but I really like my therapist. I think they did a good job like matching me based off of my questionnaire. And what I really like is that she like gives me like assignments to work on, which I know sounds like super cheesy, and it like is like kind of feels like I'm in school. But like every time we have a session based off of what we talk about, she'll send me like a worksheet that she wants me to work on, or like a goal that she wants me to set for myself, which I think is really good because in the past for me, like therapy has really kind of just been all talk. And it's like, I talk about these situations, I work through it in the moment, and then I'm like good for a while. And then but I feel like with this, it's like actually giving me like tangible, like learning tools to really kind of help me figure a lot of this stuff out on my own and like put it into action, which I think is really nice. So I don't know if I'm going to like keep doing it indefinitely, but I think it's definitely serving its purpose right now. And my therapist is like so sweet. She'll like send me like little like messages and like of encouragement from week to week.
Aww.
And I'm like,
so cute.
But yeah, it's really nice. So that's been going well. Definitely, I would recommend it. I know there's like Talkspace, which is like another thing similar to BetterHelp. I would assume it's like a very similar setup, but I haven't done that, so I can't speak on it. But I definitely think that this is a good like outlook, like not outlook, but a good resource, I would say, for people that want to get into therapy, especially with this promotion that they have going on right now. Because it doesn't necessarily feel like just like traditional therapy, which I think is really nice because that can be really intimidating to a lot of people.
Yeah. That's great. Well, I'm glad it worked out.
It's so nice to hear.
Yeah.
I know.
Did you guys want to go ahead and jump into pop culture so we can get this shown?
Yeah.
I have like a few like little things here and there, not anything that's like a huge topic of discussion, but first thing I want to start off with Selena Gomez's photo shoot. I know it's not like that new now, but dude, like that just, I don't know, just the way like her body is and the way it looks, like she just looks so real and natural. And it's like, you know, it's kind of what my body looks like, sort of just like, you know, however it is. And I'm like, you like made me not scared to put a bathing suit on now with that photo shoot.
Yeah.
And I know that like body positivity and like that kind of stuff, it's like a huge topic of discussion, but really it was like that, this new photo shoot that like solidified it, like for me being like, oh wow, like she looks great and like I should embrace that too, because she is, I don't know, I loved it.
I think the thing is with like everyone preaching body positivity, it's like all great and everything, but like with celebrities especially, like they're still very heavily like photoshopped and facetuned, and everyone knows this, you know. But like whenever you see a celebrity, she looked great, by the way.
Like so fucking
good.
amazing.
Huge.
Yeah,
like,
I know. That's what I'm saying.
I like saw those photos and I was like, dude, I'd make
like she looked very just like
her.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like she
so
looked
good.
I know. I was like very, very shocked when I saw them. I was like, go the fuck off.
I also like the swimsuits a lot too.
Yeah,
I know.
Dude, I loved it.
Yeah.
Another thing that I'm sure we've all seen, is it Kid Laroi? What's his name?
I think it is. Or Kid Laroi,
whatever it is. His music video with Justin Bieber is pretty cool. But the one thing note I had on it, like, I know that music videos have featured stuff like beats and stuff before, but right off the bat, it's like, it just zooms into his headphones and or whatever. And it's like, this is sponsored by, and that didn't really get me because I feel like we've seen that before. But what did is that like in the middle of it, they zoom in on a phone and they're like using chime banking, the thing that I've seen like ads for. And I'm like, oh, you got another brand deal in this music video? It was just so weird to me. How much? It's like Justin Bieber and someone else. Like, how many sponsors do you need? You know what I mean?
That's a good question, because I still like, sometimes I don't like it when there are music videos that have like way too many ads, because I'm like, that's in my opinion just not the point of the
I've
video.
never like seen that before. Like
I have,
I've
but
seen
it's more
like
mainstream, like
do it, but like not like chime banking like in the middle of the video. I was like, what?
Like I didn't know this was like a Hulu commercial.
Yeah, it was weird.
The song is Chef's Kiss. I love
my God,
song.
it's amazing.
Yeah, it is.
It's so catchy. I wish it was longer. It's like only like 2 minutes or something.
I wish Justin had a longer part in it because he sounds sick.
Yeah.
When he hits that clean high note, it transcends me to another universe. Like, it's honestly insane. Sometimes I just keep the song on loop just to keep hearing that part. Like, I think the other day I was driving like 10 minutes down the road and I was just like, let me just like keep this on an endless loop until I get sick of it. But
no, I was doing the exact same thing.
So good. Love it.
Did you guys see that incident of the Karen type figure in Victoria's Secret, like freaking out? I don't know the full story, but it's just like another incident of some crazy fucking person that's like crying wolf and trying to cause a problem with someone of color.
I did not see this. What happened?
Dude, so she was literally like screaming and freaking out, and like it was like next level psycho shit.
Yeah.
Dude.
Like she was like screaming, like rolling on the floor. I mean, she was accusing this, I don't know I think it was just another shopper who was Black, and she was accusing this woman of like coming at her, attacking her, and like was calling the cops and all this stuff. Not that it's an excuse at all, but like the woman was clearly not with it, like mentally, like something was really off. But it was, I was like,
about to say, if you're like throwing a tantrum like that,
no,
when
like
it comes to something like this,
like she was like rolling on the floor.
Yeah,
like
you have like other stuff to
around.
unpack.
Like, it was insane. Yeah,
definitely
and,
on drugs.
That's like disgusting.
Yeah, and the woman like who she was like saying was like attacking her, the Black woman that was involved recorded all of it and put it on TikTok.
Good.
Like, she was literally so calm, and she's just like, I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, she was like I just came here to get my free panty.
Like literally,
she was like, I just came to Victoria's Secret to get my free panty with purchase.
Yo, that's so like insane. Really scary, because you really don't know like what kind of crazy people there are out in the world, like when you're out there, and like obviously you can't let that like haunt you every single day, but like that's like a really scary situation to be put in. Like, what if the lady had a weapon on her? Like,
The
Oh my
wildest
God,
part
that's
to
ridiculous.
me, the wildest part to me was when the woman was like rolling on the floor screaming, like customers were just walking around her to check out.
It
They're
was
like,
insane.
we don't have
She
time
was
today.
she was like laying on the floor in front of the registers, and there was like a line behind her, and people were just like walking by, like checking out, just like ignoring
Well,
her.
no,
It
that's
was
good
insane.
because you shouldn't give attention to
Yeah.
crazy. Like,
But
you
like,
should
I
not
don't
be
know. I
like,
think I would not want to. I think I would just leave at that point. Like,
Me
I
too.
mean, I don't think I would want anything from Victoria's Secret that badly, but you know, to each their own.
what the fuck?
Yeah, it was
That's
pretty
so
insane.
crazy.
The last thing I wanted to bring up was I keep seeing TikToks of like Addison Rae introducing herself to Trump like at a fight. And like I kind of wanted your opinion on this because like look, it's pretty clear that we all don't like the guy, but it's like I don't know. Like I don't know her political views. They don't really I'm not I guess thinking of this in like a political sense, but it's just like it's a former president. Like would you introduce yourself like no matter your political views? But I don't know. I feel like because normally, like, no matter the political views, I think I would want to meet a former president or something like that. But in this case, I don't think I'd care to introduce myself to him.
The
It's
video was
Trump.
just weird though. It was like I knew she was like kind of doing the red carpet for that event or whatever. And it was like I know that if yeah, I mean, let's say he's walking down the red carpet, then yeah, like maybe I would say something. I mean, I personally don't think I would, but that would make more sense to me. From the video that I saw, it literally looked like he was sitting down, kind of minding his own business. And she went out of the way to go and introduce herself. I don't think that I would have done that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have done it either way, but it was like weirder to justify it, I think, with the way that she went about it.
Right. Yeah.
I don't think I would have ever like gone out of my way. I mean, the thing is like in the video, you so clearly hear her say like, oh my God, hi, like I'm Addison.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't think I could ever actually go out of my way to say hi to someone that's like been outwardly
such like
xenophobic
a figure
and such
of
a piece
like,
of shit. Like,
yeah, just like a symbol of hate, pretty much, honestly.
But I also wanted to know, I was like, what kind of was her, also like what you said, Amanda, you're like, you don't know her political views or whatever. But I do feel like with her kind of platform and the kind of shit that like people said about Trump and also how shitty he was, like, wouldn't she kind of understand, like, you are going to get some backlash for this? Like, you know, your platform, you know, how people kind of like are about it. I don't know.
Yeah,
I just don't think like I would have ever gone out of my way to be like, oh, hi, this is who I am. It's so nice to meet you, because it is not a pleasure. Like, to ever meet
the pleasure
like
is not all mine. I agree.
No.
Like, I don't know, because I wouldn't, because it's specifically Trump, I don't think I'd care to meet him. But I was trying to give her like some understanding of like, this is a former president. That's a kind of an insane opportunity to get to meet a former president. But like, you know, it's such a, like, it's not, clearly wasn't a normal situation of a president, I guess.
No.
You know?
Like if it was like fucking Barack Obama, like go off,
hell
queen,
yeah,
you know, have fun. You know, it's just like, and I'm not saying everyone needs to be like a fan of every single president. Like everyone has their different opinions. However, it's just like fucking Trump. Like,
yeah.
What's so... Anyway,
I thought it was interesting. Yeah. I don't really have anything else for pop culture that I wanted to get into. What about you guys?
You got it.
I don't know if you guys have seen it, but have y'all watched the new Gossip Girl reboot? Or were y'all a fan of Gossip Girl when it was like the first time around?
Yes.
I've watched it. I wasn't like a diehard fan, so I didn't jump to watch the new one. It seems like, I don't know, I feel like a lot of shows, this too, along with the new like American Horror Story, like they just almost try and be too modern, for lack of a better term, I guess. They try and be like too proactive, not proactive, I don't know what, but it's almost too cheesy,
too with the
progressive
times,
too progressive.
Times.
Yeah, that's what it is. And it's like, but you're actually like, that's not how it is in real life.
So I love American Horror Story. I haven't watched like the new one that just came out. I know Kaya Gerber's in it, which I find very interesting, but apparently she's like very good in it, and I want to like watch it. Sometimes American Horror Story, I'm not gonna lie, really scares me, and I live alone.
Dude, the first time I ever watched it forever ago, I was very scared. I was like,
it can get like really freaky. Like it's scary, but no, so I was a big fan of Gossip Girl when it was first on, And then I was super excited for the reboot, like didn't really know what to expect, because in my mind, like we're like 22, 23. I feel like it's a little bit weird to do a reboot for a show that's only been off air for a decade. Like, I don't know, that just seems like maybe like more time. It's just like, I feel like it's harder to do a successful reboot when there's still a big audience that remembers the original really well, if that makes sense, because it almost makes it like really hard to live up to that. And like the best way that I can describe it is that if it was just like any other show, I would think that it's phenomenal, but because it is a reboot, then it kind of makes you compare it to the first one. And like the acting is like community theater at best, but I will say that like the casting is really awesome. I love that they had like such a diverse cast, and like all of the people are obviously like stunning, and it's really beautiful. And yeah, I mean, I liked it. So
I'm not gonna lie, the way you described it, it sounds like something that I would really love, because I'm watching this show called Never Have I Ever right now, and it's about this Indian girl like in high school. Y'all, that shit is cheesy. It's so cheesy, and it is very much so like
it's very much like yeah, it's
Degrassi
very, I mean,
vibes.
that's what the original Gossip Girl was, but it's very much like, you know, Vampire Diaries, like 90210, like that whole kind of a thing, where it's like nowadays
but I eat
those
it up.
shows
I
aren't
really do.
Yeah, those like shows aren't really on anymore, I feel like, because people just see right through them. But like, I don't know, it's pretty good. I just like it.
Pretty
good. Yeah, I'm a sucker for that kind of shit. So
Shayla, do you have anything for pop culture?
I mean, I don't know if we want to get into it, because the whole Sienna May thing, that shit was
I don't know
painful to watch.
I don't think that's something I'm equipped to really get into, honestly.
So let's not.
I feel like if we're not actually like equipped with information, we better not, because it's kind of serious. But I guess we can get into our topic that we've been sitting on for like a while. But I'm very excited because I don't feel like this was a very like time pressing topic. But just like trends and how people can't keep up with them and stuff. But Shayla, did you initially write this one down?
Yeah. So I saw TikTok once, and it was someone that said, they were like things that we're wearing now that's going to be chuggy in like 2 years. I was like, oh my goodness. I just got into it. I just got my hands on it. Like, wait, forgive me.
Before we get into that though, like, do you guys know the definition of like chuggy versus basic? Because like sometimes I get the two confused, and like I talked to like a few people that don't even know what chuggy is, and I did not even really quite grasp the definition of it until recently.
So my thing with chuggy is like, yeah, I get it. I think like chevron. I think like weird wrap scarves. Like I think like Christian Girl Autumn,
like just like outdated old style. I think the problem is with chuggy and people like calling things chuggy or whatever like right away is it like, I don't know, like I have to remember that people on TikTok are younger usually, and they learn a new buzzword and they roll with it, and they literally just try and call everything that they like to use it. And it's like you're taking something that's merely just like a normal trend, as everything is, and you're calling it like chuggy. Like they're trying to just get like too ahead of things and like too proactive. And I'm like, guys, you gotta chill. Like it's just stuff.
I mean, like, and also just to support the whole like industry behind fast fashion. And by no means am I some like eco-friendly sister when it comes to all of my clothes. Like I can't afford all of that stuff, you know, like I do love to thrift. I do love to reuse like whatever I can. But like I just feel like the more people do that, the more like you're putting into these like companies that just want to overproduce like all these clothes. And that to me is like a little bit of an issue, because it's like, I don't know. It's just promoting like a bad cycle. And it's also just not really giving people time to actually like form a sense of style and like kind of adapt it into their looks. And they're like, I don't know. I just feel like it's all too fast. And maybe I
feel that
just me, but
I feel that. And I think that like I have two things to say about fast fashion is one, I feel like a lot of people really try and keep up with trends, and that's great. But some people do it in a sense where they don't even know personally, like what their own style is. And that could be a problem, like contributing to fast fashion. But the other thing I have to say about it is that like the thing about fast fashion is that it's affordable, and not everyone can afford the most sustainable fashion. Not everyone wants to go to Goodwill. Some people like to have new things, and that's fine. I think where that comes in is that the people like, big influencers and, people like Kylie Jenner, or really rich people that promote these toxic fast fashion brands like Fashion Nova, Boohoo, like stuff like that. That's where I see a problem, because it's like, you guys do not need to be contributing to like all that fast fashion is, but the people that, that's all they can afford, or, that's the only thing within their means, like, that's why it's there. I don't want to completely like nix it and say like fast fashion is awful, but I do think that the people that don't need to shop it shouldn't,
Yeah. I 1,000% agree with you.
It does definitely, like, we're getting into the topic of fast fashion. I think it definitely contributes to like the trends that are constantly changing, and just like, more stuff, and you need different stuff, and I don't know, it can be a toxic cycle.
Think back to like, it's like you think back to a year ago, like what we were into a year ago. Literally, I'm like, I can't even remember, because it's been so fast. Like, I feel like I haven't really developed, like, I am in the process of also developing like my own sense of what I really like and what fits well on me, and, trying to incorporate different things with that. But I feel like throughout this past year, I straight up have no idea what I've been wearing. I'm like, I don't know what's in, what's out. Yeah.
In terms of fashion, I think.
I look at like photos from myself from even like pre-COVID, like a little over a year ago. And I literally think to myself, and I'm like, I don't think I would ever wear that. But to be fair, like, and this is something that I think I've done a better job at, is like, I think over a year ago, like senior year before COVID, I kind of was like really closely following what was like trendy in the moment, even though it didn't feel like it was my personal style. But I was like, oh, everyone else is wearing this, like I'll wear it too. Especially because that's when I was really kind of starting to like get serious about like Instagram and trying to build a brand from that. Like I was like, oh, well, everyone else is taking pictures in these kind of looks, like let me do the same thing. And I mean, don't get me wrong, like I still constantly am getting inspiration from other people and like very much enjoy staying with the trends. But I think now like I try and be a little bit more selective about what I would wear and what I don't wear, because it's like I want to be more authentic to myself. And there are things that are like super trendy right now that I think, yeah, maybe look great on certain people, but would not look great on me. Or there are honestly just some trends where I'm like, how the F are people wearing this? But it's just like, to each their own.
Yeah.
Like one thing, and I would love to know y'all's opinion on this, is that like Crocs have come back, right? And they're like trendy. But like I see girls like literally take photos in like their bathing suits with like a pair of Crocs. And I'm like, is this real life? And I just don't understand it. And like the platform Crocs really send me to another level.
Yeah, that's weird. I didn't think people were actually taking that seriously. I mean, I know that like I have some friends that have like Crocs, and it's more so just like they're comfy and they're just like slippers, or like they slip on to like go outside. Like, I didn't think it was like let me pose and take a picture in them type thing.
Same. I'm like, the same page as Amanda.
It's not like a it has to be just within like like this region here, because I definitely know people in New York aren't strutting down the street in Crocs.
God,
and like,
I hope not.
Same with, I feel like at least the people that I follow more so out west, but there are like some girls that like are definitely like sporting them like the real deal. And like I go through the comments and people are eating it up, and I'm just like, you know what, if you are confident in it, you rock it. But I'm just like, I would never think to actually like spend my money on a pair of them, because they're not cheap either.
They're expensive.
They're kind of expensive.
Shayla was like,
for what? Like literally for what?
Dude, I have a friend that she has a pair of Crocs. She obviously doesn't wear them seriously, like Amanda said, she wears them like as comfort shoes, but she will buy the actual like little charms just to make them like funny to walk around.
Oh my God,
those are also kind of pricey.
I like them. I don't mind them. I just didn't. Again, I think they're the same as like I have like a fluffy pair of slippers that I wear around the house. I don't know. I just feel like I didn't think it was like that serious.
One time, I think it had to have been either junior or senior year. This guy came over that I was like kind of talking to, but not really talking to. Showed up in Crocs. Crocs. That sent me. Oh my God. And I couldn't.
Was he wearing socks with them?
Oh, please.
Maybe.
I think he should wear socks with them. Honestly.
Yeah, it'd be worse if he didn't.
I'm like so
did he go home afterwards or did he stay?
He
That's
stayed.
Okay.
He stayed.
So the Crocs didn't bother you that much.
He stayed. Yeah. But I mean, it was a low point in my life, let me tell you. But yeah. So no, literally showed up wearing Crocs, but I'm so like not like particular. I guess like I do definitely notice guys' shoes first, like before anything else.
Yeah.
I know you have a big problem with flip-flops.
I hate flip-flops, but honestly, the Crocs might be right up there. Like I think they're about the same for me.
Well, what else do we have to say about this topic? Are we back on, like, should we talk more about like the fast fashion aspect of it? Like, what else were you thinking in terms of this?
Well, so actually throughout the week, I'm glad I pulled up my notes. This is what I wrote down on my pop culture thing, but it has to do with fast fashion. So I'm sure everyone's familiar with Good American, which is Khloe Kardashian's new brand, right? You know how it started out as jeans and then she trickled
Were they ever
into
that popular
leggings.
though? Like, I don't,
you know, when I was in high school, I remember it was my senior year and everyone I was like talking to, they're like, oh, I want Good American jeans. Like, I was like, are you buying them?
Pricey
like
at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I actually went on her website like 2 nights ago. It is, if I'm being honest with you, like a little bit of an elevated H&M or like a cheaper Zara. Not cheaper, just like not as like cool as Zara. It's
like
definitely
quality,
not cheap by any
like
means.
Cheaper quality wise, you mean?
I'll
or like
say the
style
website
wise.
Style wise, and also like the website is just put together very well. You wouldn't think it's like cheap stuff, you know. Her prices on there are kind of insane. They're very expensive. And I really was trying to think about like how well Good American is doing, because I looked at their website and now they've branched into like sportswear, shoes,
swimwear,
bathing
shoes,
suits,
yeah.
and it's everything. And I was like, interesting. Like I didn't think like Good American was like that out there and that kind of, and I don't know how to say it, like not advanced, but just like
a little chuggy.
there. Here's the thing. I also want to know, like, does anyone actually buy Good American? Not to sound like bad or anything, because it looks like it's great stuff. I'm just like,
yeah,
compared to Skims, you know?
Right. I don't know. It's
Skims
crazy though.
It seems like high end.
Yeah, shit. It's like there's just such a vast difference with the marketing, in my opinion. Like
so different.
And it's like, I think that Good American could have the potential if it got on the level that Skims is at with their marketing. And also Skims comes out with new like little collections like
every week.
Like multiple times a month. Like they're always coming out with new stuff, always like coming out with something like new and innovative. And like she just like really, like Kim really is just like on top of it. But I mean, like that to me, granted, I have no idea what Skims looks like. I highly doubt that they're like made in the US. But I have no idea what it, you know, kind of like what her corporate footprint, I guess, looks in terms of like what she's doing. With like factories and whatnot, because in my opinion, like it would be a fast fashion company, because she's constantly coming out with new merchandise and new product that it's like there's such a quick turnaround that there's absolutely no way like it's like kind of like meeting up in a way. So
no, I think you're right. I definitely think it's like, although it's marketed as like this higher end thing, and maybe Good American is too, like there's still fast fashion companies.
Right.
Yeah. And again, like crazy? I'm not trying to like say that like all fast fashion is like the worst in the world, but it definitely is pretty bad, especially like companies like Shein and like
so bad.
like Nasty Gal and stuff like that. Like, dude, it's just the way that those companies are run, and like no morals whatsoever towards their workers. And it's just like so many people, to get back on like the topic that we started with, just to keep up with these trends that they keep pushing out. It's like this vicious cycle of like terrible for the environment, terrible for these workers getting paid no money. Like, And it sucks. And I feel like
terrible
people
for your
like,
identity too, if you think about it. Like you can't really form like I don't know, a sense of identity, especially when you're trying to like keep up with like, I don't know.
And
Yeah,
once
and
again, I'm not
it's
trying
not
to
like-
shame anybody, but when people say they buy something off of Shein, I'm kind of just like,
I'm like, guys, like really, it's just so bad. And again, not everybody cares about like fashion and shit this much and their personal style, but it's also like, you know, with harping on these fast fashion companies, like, dude, be a little original and be yourself kind of, and like, don't feel so much pressure to like stay on all these trends. Like, I know every time I go into like Zara, I like get overwhelmed because I'm like, oh, all this stuff
so
is
overwhelmed.
like, oh, it's very overwhelming. I'm like, I need to like be on trend and do all this stuff. And I'm like, sorry, there's like a huge motorcycle.
Very good.
But it's just like, I don't know. And I have to like take a step back and be like, okay, you know, not that I can afford like the most crazy sustainable, like great for the environment fashion, but I'm like, I try and cut back where I can, just because I'm like, I don't, I shouldn't feel the pressure to need to like stay on trend this much. Two, it's like, I don't need to be supporting these fast fashion companies so much. But again, like the original point I said too, so some people, that's all they can afford, and there's nothing wrong with that. But when it comes to like Kim Kardashian, Kylie Jenner, all this stuff, I'm like, why are you guys constantly promoting this shit? It's bad. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever. I digress.
Getting that bag.
Yeah, Hannah, what were you gonna say? I feel like I cut you off so much. Sorry.
I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, well, for me, like it's literally, this is the thing. It's like a fine line because I mean, obviously, like I really studied a lot of this in school. So like like extensively remember like learning about fast fashion and the effect that it has on the environment, like workers, everything. But the thing is that like, I mean, honestly, like I buy stuff from Zara, and I feel like Zara, some of their stuff can honestly be a little bit pricey, but it's just like, in my opinion, like the stuff that I buy from there has typically been like pretty good quality.
Yeah,
and
that's why I do like Zara, obviously. I mean, it's still fast
and like
fashion,
also,
but it is like better quality and more timeless pieces.
Yeah, and like that's how I feel about Skims too. Like Skims constantly comes out with new stuff, but like she is so successful because there's like quality behind what she's putting out. And so that's the thing, is like I have no, like I'm at a point in my life where it's like like all of us can't afford like the most sustainable alternative, but it's like if I am going to buy something that's considered fast fashion, I'm going to make sure that it's at least going to last me a decent amount of time. Not to say that I think it's going to last me years and years and years, but I will say I have jeans from Zara that are 3 years old that literally look about as good as they did when I bought them. And so that's just like a factor that I at least try to consider. But also like, but then on the other end of it, I look at something like Shein, right? And it's like you're literally paying absolutely nothing, but it's not going to last you maybe more than like 3 wears. And that's
not even
also,
some of their stuff is just so poorly made, and
it's
now
crap.
And that's like the other thing to consider, is that a lot of people don't want to spend the money to buy something that's higher quality, but if you think about it, you're actually spending more money to just continue to basically buy crap because you're having to replace it or constantly buy new, versus like taking time to invest in like maybe higher priced items that you know you're going to wear a lot. And like, don't get me wrong, like for shoes in particular, I don't typically spend a lot of money on my shoes, just because those, in my opinion, get the most wear and tear out of anything that you wear in your wardrobe. And also like, I feel like shoes, in my opinion, are kind of more so what I like to buy that's like trendy. So it's like, I don't know if these things are going to really be something that's in style within this next season.
Right.
But I always like typically try and spend more money on like my jeans or like a blazer. I have absolutely no money, like no problem spending my money on like nice, well-made, like tailored products, especially like if I know that it's coming from a brand that is being like conscious about, there's like a word for it, and it's literally bringing me back to like my senior year, where it's like like their corporate social responsibility. That's the word.
Wow, we got a professional on our hands.
Yeah. I was like, there's a word for it where you talk about like, you look and see like, okay, do they have like a mission statement in terms of like what they're trying to do to like better the issue? And I try and be mindful of that and like research it. But I mean, unfortunately, like we're all recent college grads in our early 20s that aren't making like a lot of money to buy a full closet of sustainable products. But that, in my opinion, is why like thrifting is so awesome, because you can get, you know, like you don't have to be like contributing to fast fashion, but typically when it comes to thrifting, you can find a lot of stuff for a very good bargain.
It's great. I mean, I try
to individuality also.
Yeah, like I try and really solely just thrift shop, one, just because I like it. But yeah, I don't know, like what you said about like, you know, buying more trendy shoes, like we're not here to like give the axe to everybody that shops fast fashion. I mean, that's the reality of it, is sometimes when you want to get new trendy pieces. Zara, so. Yeah. And it's like, it's just like, I feel like there's so much pressure, like just, you know, through social media, through what we see, to like constantly styles are changing, trends are changing, stay on trends and all this stuff. And like, especially for, you know, girls that are younger than us, that's a lot of pressure to feel like you constantly need to like fit in with what you're wearing and stuff. And I think the most important thing is like, you know, stay on trends, be with it. That's fun. That's great. But also find your sense of individuality, because in the long run, it's going to be better, one, probably for the environment if you're not shopping as much, or if you're shopping better quality. And like, I don't know, you're just going to feel more comfortable in what you're in. You know, it's all better.
The biggest example I can think of that, and I don't know if you felt similarly, Amanda, was when I was going through Rush my freshman year of college. Like there was never a point in my life where I authentically felt like that was my style, like the super preppy, like Southern, like it was just, I definitely like went with it for game days when I was actually going through recruitment. Even like my senior year of high school, everyone was like wearing like Sperry's with like the Nike super shorts preppy. And oversized t-shirts.
But like, so preppy. To remember that was the time too, because like my freshman year of college was like 2015. Like, you know, and I just like, that was also just kind of the style back then. I feel like, at least for me, I mean, living in where I'm from, like in Georgia, and then also going to school like Auburn, that was the style. It was like super preppy. Could you guys ever see me like in like super preppy stuff now? Probably not. And, like, I don't know, people change, things change, but it's just like, I did feel a lot of pressure. More so, definitely.
Don't shit on people. Yeah, just don't shit on people for, you know, wanting to accept some things as like, you know, fashionable for a little bit. Because you know, that's how the whole conversation started. It was when people were making videos about how things are going to be chuggy in like 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, again with the word chuggy, like lots of words on TikTok. Like people just love to like adopt these like new words.
I would love to know where this word came from. Like it doesn't even sound like a word. Like I was like, it sounds like chewy, like Chewbacca.
Definitely. I don't get it. Like everybody just chill on like people are like, oh, what did I see? I think it was something like it was like leggings, like workout Lululemon leggings. And someone was like, this is chuggy. And I'm like, dude, they're workout leggings. Like chill. Like, oh my God.
Or like when people say, I don't even really care about the trends. It's more so when I see people say, oh, if you go to this place, you're chuggy. Like if you eat at this restaurant, if you go to I'm this
like,
club,
are you kidding?
If you do this stuff, like, don't get me wrong. There's stuff that I see other people do, and I'm like, oh my God. Like Amanda, I think about when we went to the Museum of Ice Cream in Miami. We were so excited to do that, and we thought it was so much fun. Would I ever do something like that now? No, because it's like,
why not? That was fun as hell. What do you mean?
I don't know. I mean, it's just like,
I thought I had a great time. We got so much. What do you do? Whoa, slow down. I thought I would go again.
You would go again? Okay. I just didn't think that I ever would.
Amanda's like, that was a great memory. Hannah's like, fuck that. I'm never going back.
It was literally just like a museum we went to, and oh my God, these fucking motorcycles outside of this apartment.
You're good.
That I don't know. Yeah, I mean, way to throw a curveball at me. I don't know. I just thought that was a museum, but I do get though. Like it's pretty basic,
do
but
you
it's
get what I'm
like,
saying? It's
yeah,
basic. It's more. I'm more. I guess the Museum of Ice Cream is a bad example because there definitely is like stuff to do there, and it's interactive and it's
it was
fun.
just like a fun event for the
But
day.
I think
And it's
about
like
I think
cheesy.
about those things, and I think about those things in malls and stuff that are like the selfie museums. Like that to me is
Okay,
like,
I went to one of those and I agree it is very, very chuggy. I remember, I think it was like 2018 and I went with one of my
yeah.
friends and we literally went to like every single booth.
And I remember it was like a thing maybe a few years ago, but I still see them around and I'm like, this is interesting,
Oh, I would never do it now.
especially because like the whole influencer sphere is like constantly changing. It's just like I can't imagine like someone going and posting and being like, I don't know.
Oh yeah, no, I know what you mean. I get.
Yeah, that's more
yeah.
so what I
So
meant.
cringe.
But no, to me, it's like when I see people like come for people about like, oh, if you go, like I saw something in this like girl on my For You page made a list of like chuggy places in Charlotte. And
Oh
I
my
was just
God. Like, let people do what they want to do. Like, God
Like, let
forbid
them
you go to
live.
something basic. Like,
yeah. And
geez.
I was like, honestly, like part of me did see a little bit what she was saying, but then the other part of me was like, wait, I actually do like these places, and some of these places I haven't even been to. So it's like, I feel like it puts people off of even wanting to like experience some of these things. And it's
It's
just
a
like,
very much like a mean girl mentality from like high school. Like,
yeah,
that's not
yeah.
cool. So you can't, so it's like shaming someone and like something they might like. And like you already feel bad about it just because some random girl said that they didn't like it. Yeah. It's annoying as hell.
Yeah, but I mean, it's all, I think it really just comes back to like being confident with like what you like and your own sense of style and taste. Because
Yeah.
I mean, like, I think that we can all agree there's probably stuff that I wear that you guys don't necessarily like. It's like because we all have our own different style and our own different taste. And that's what makes us like all kind of like uniquely ourselves. But it's like I still respect other individuals for it. And it's like, that I think is the most important part is, I mean, even today there's stuff that I wear where it's like, ooh, I don't know if like this is going to be received well, but the point is that I like it and it's like popular for a reason because it looks good and like I'm gonna keep doing it.
Okay.
Go off, queen.
I was like, keep going.
Hannah's speaking to someone in that model.
No, okay. I am speaking to someone because I have to just share this story. So you guys know like those they have gotten out of hand recently, I will say. Like some of them are very revealing even for my liking, but you guys know like those wrap tops where it's like you can wear them all different ways.
Yeah.
They basically just hold the girls in and that's it. Like there's little to the
someone I
imagination.
saw called them like toilet paper tops.
Yes, and that's a thing on TikTok. Like I've seen this, I think it's the same guy does like this thing where it's like girls wearing these tops all summer long and he literally just wrapped some toilet paper around himself.
Funny.
And I think like a few of my guy friends like sent me that because they know I only have like maybe like 2 of these tops. And
I
it's
like them. I have tops like that. Dude, I will never listen to a guy making fun of girls' fashion. No.
Yeah.
They have no idea.
Of course not.
They've become like more popular to where I see like, God, even like more fast fashion brands do it. Or now it's like the wrap tops with like the underwire underneath. So like then your boobs are like really out there.
I'm not going to lie. I really wish I could wear one of those tops, but my boobs are like way too big. There's no chance I could ever wear them. I'm like so jealous of everyone that can.
Yeah, I'm like, sometimes it looks really good, but Jesus Christ, I feel like if I wore something like that, it would just feel like I was like, I don't know, like just gave birth and was like nursing or something.
Oh my God, it's like a maternity top.
It's like a maternity top, and you've just got these.
And on that note,
boobs. No, but like I wore one of those tops out the other night and I was super nervous about wearing it out because I was going to see all of these people that had kind of like sent me this stuff, like shitting on it. And I was like, you know what? But I like
that's a power
outfit.
move though, honestly, to be like, what are you going to say about it?
Yeah. Like, and I was like, I was like, ooh, I don't know if this is like the right place, right time. But like, I kind of always go more so on like what's the word? Like, casual isn't really quite in my vocabulary. I feel like when it comes to going out and that kind of stuff. So I was like, I don't care if this is the right time. Like, I want to wear this outfit. I'm going to go for it. Especially, I was like nervous though, because of what I had seen on like TikTok and what people had said.
No, don't listen to that shit. That's bullshit.
I looked in the mirror and I was like, honestly, like, I like what I'm wearing. I think I looks good. And that is like the most important thing. And then got in the Uber.
If you ever need reassurance, there's this one video of Nicki Minaj where someone's like, "Ooh, I don't know about your jacket." She's like, "The jacket's great. You're wearing a jean vest."
Oh, that's
and funny. It was like a man.
Dude,
she was like, "You're wearing a jean vest."
Moral of the story with this, because I think we can wrap it up. But moral of the story is wear whatever the fuck you want. Don't worry about like trends too much. If you want to be on trend, do it. If not, don't. Just whatever you do, be mindful of the impact that what you're buying has.
Do your research.
And that's it. Yeah. It's as simple as that. It doesn't need to be these huge monetary commitments or decisions. Just be mindful. And that's all I have to say on that. But thank you so much, everyone, for listening. And we'll see you another week for another episode next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.